Hello everyone, today we shall discuss how to find slope and deflection in a simply supported beam by conjugate beam method. So here I have taken a simply supported beam carrying UDL and point load of span 6 meters. So this problem what I am showing here is a moment area method problem which we have already discussed. So here I have shown how to find support reactions, that is RA value and RB value. So the procedure in moment area method and conjugate beam method remains same up to drawing M by EI diagram. So here you can see we have converted this simply supported beam into a cantilever beam. So this cantilever beam carries 3 loads. For 3 loads we have drawn 3 M by EI diagrams. So up to here, up to drawing M by EI diagram, the procedure remains same. So here you can see up to drawing M by EI diagram, the procedure remains same. So why I have drawn separate diagrams here is it becomes very difficult when there is a UDL. If you have 2 point loads, it becomes very easy to draw M by EI diagram to divide them. But in case if you get UDL and point load, if I draw bending moment diagram combining UDL and point load, the diagram will be a combination of curve and straight line. So it becomes difficult to divide them. That's why whenever you come across UDL and point load in a single beam, you draw separate diagrams. Okay. So after converting the reaction into load, we will get 3 loads. So for 3 loads we have drawn 3 M by EI diagrams. So here I am drawing a conjugate beam of same span as of original beam. So this conjugate beam is subjected to M by EI diagram as a load. So here we have 3 M by EI diagrams which will be acting as a load on this conjugate beam. So this beam is carrying these 3 diagrams as load. Now we shall find the reactions RA dash and RB dash. Okay, so for that I am taking equilibrium equations. So first equation is sigma V is equal to 0. So RA dash plus RB dash, these two are acting upwards, and load number 1, or you can say load number A, is acting downwards. Load number B, load number C is acting upwards. So accordingly I have taken the signs here. So the combination of these loads will give you 54 by EI. So coming to moment about A. So here you can see load number A and load number C are standard, they are triangles, whereas load number B is not a triangle. So it's a combination of parabola and a straight line. So here I have divided this load number B into standard sections. Okay. So taking moment about A, first let me take this triangle. So half into base is 6, height is 45 by EI. So moment of this area about A is 2/3 of 6. Next coming to area number 2. So here it's a cut portion of parabola. So area is half into 3 into 9 by EI. So moment of this area about A is 3/4 of L, that is 3/4 of 3. Next coming to area number 3. So it's a rectangle. So area of rectangle is 3 into 9 by EI. So if you draw a straight line here, it becomes 9 by EI. So moment of this area about A. So from center of rectangle to point A, so it is 3 plus 1.5, so overall it becomes 4.5. Next coming to area number 4, again it's a triangle of height 18. So total height is 27. In this if we take out 9, remaining is 18. So area of triangle is half into base is 3, height is 18. So moment of this triangle about A, so 2/3 of 3 plus 3. 2/3 of 3 plus 3, that is your area number 4. Coming to area number 5 is rectangle. So half into base is 2, height is 18. So moment of this triangle about A, so it is 2/3 of 2 plus 4. So up to point D, A to D, distance is 4 meters plus 2/3 of 2. That's what. So minus RB into 6. So this load is coming clockwise, whereas these two loads will be coming in anti-clockwise direction. Accordingly, I have taken minus here. For clockwise positive, anti-clockwise minus. So RB dash also comes in anti-clockwise direction towards A. It is RB dash into 6 about A. So finally we will find what is RB dash and RA dash. So once you get this reaction, most of the problem is over. So next coming to, so you are supposed to find slope at A. The slope at A in the original beam is equal to shear force at A in the conjugate beam. So shear force at A in the conjugate beam is RA dash. So you know what is RA dash value. So we know what is slope at A. So next we should find deflection at C here. So it's better to take the left portion because we will have standard areas. If we take right portion, it is because it is very difficult to divide this area. Okay, so this area becomes very difficult to divide. That's why we take the left portion. So here it's a absolute triangle. Here we have absolute cut portion of parabola. Okay, and we have only three components: RA dash and these two areas. So bending moment at C in the conjugate beam is equal to RA dash into 3. I'm taking bending moment at C. So from here clockwise is positive. Next, half into 1/3 coming to this area. So 1/3 into 3 into 9 by EI about C. So it is 1/4 of 3. If we're taking about A, it is 3/4 of L. If we're taking about C, it is 1/4 of L. So 1/4 of L means 1/4 of 3. So it will also go in clockwise direction about C. You can see the arrow mark here. Now coming to about triangle. So here height is 7.5 into 3 by EI. So this is 7.5 is a reaction about C. If we take 7.5 into 3, so here we get the height. So area of which is half into 3 into 7.5 into 3 divided by EI. So moment of this area about C is 1/3 of 3. It's because of right angle edge, 1/3 of 3. So on calculation we get 51.375 divided by EI. So deflection at C in the original beam is equal to bending moment at C in the conjugate beam, so which is 51.375. If you can observe, we got the same values even in moment area method. You can see in moment area method these are the values which we got. So deflection value is same, the slope value is same. So we got the same values using conjugate beam method also. So whether you adopt conjugate beam method or moment area method, the value should be same, which we got here. Thank you.